Hey, what's up? So a huge update for MindsEye came out just today. I'm not planning to go over every single note. I just wanted to share a couple things that stood out to me that I thought was really cool. All kinds of stuff got changed. Huge, huge, huge update. There were two major updates before as well. There have been several updates that I can remember, but two like really big ones. I'm pretty sure. I believe this is the third really large update. The last one had a lot of performance fixes, like huge performance thing. This one is polish. It's animations, it's responses of like how the behavior of the AI. New like fixed cover system stuff was updated. Gameplay polish, so much of it in this enormous list of update stuff. Also, new content, part of the build mode, which that's very cool. I'm excited for that always. It always makes me think of Anthem because I remember before that game came out, I was like, 3 dungeons is not gonna be enough, and I had people say it'll be fun, and I'm like, 3 dungeons, like that's your end game is 3 things to play over and over. Like, no, man, no. Same with any game, need content, right? But this update is huge. It's really cool, man. And they also have performance fixes in here as well, like whatever they hadn't finished or needed like further, whatever. But this is mostly game polish, gameplay polish. Like this is huge too. It's really cool. I was like, holy crap. Somebody had made a comment saying something like, oh, this could actually be a No Man's Sky, and I'm like, you just never know, man. They could put all the love and soul into this and make it incredibly better, and people won't care or even know because the hate fest already just murdered it, man. People won't even look again. It's crazy. Anyways, all right. So the two things that I wanted to share that I thought were cool that stood out, and there's so much stuff going on in here. It's crazy. Pretty nice, man. Very nice update. But they added a shoulder swap. I was like, no, that actually made me think, like, if they could do that, maybe they'll end up adding blind fire, cover fire. Like that would be for, yeah, like the blind fire. I already got cover fire, and then maybe also maybe like some melee takedowns, right? These were things I mentioned in my previous review and stuff, and I was like, well, I don't need them, but they are missed, right? Like, I still loved the game, thought it was cool. I lowered my mic a little bit. But man, I installed it the last major update, but I wasn't in the mood to play it. I didn't end up playing it. And I really wanted to because I freaking love the game, but I was like, I'm just not in the mood, man. I'm playing all these other games and whatever. This one really makes me want to uninstall it. I'm full on games right now, man. I'm like, my storage is loaded. But I really do want to get this up, especially now because it's all gameplay improvements. Like I said, like the performance stuff, I was like, all right, cool. I'm glad the performance is fixed because whatever. But it was mostly fine for me. So like the gameplay stuff is nice. You still can't get in any car you want to get in though. That kind of sucks. They did update something to do with like a certain mission or whatever where you can use like a different Jeep or something. I saw it and I was like, you guys need to make it so we can drive anything, damn it. I am curious why that's something they're like, they haven't, that wasn't one of the first things they just did. It's weird to me. What did I even say? I know I mentioned the shoulder swap. Yeah, it just made me think about it because I was like, if they added that, like, well, but they did a lot of gameplay improvement stuff, man. Like a lot of polish. That's why I don't want to go over it. I actually read through each of these notes earlier, and that's why I don't want to. Because I'll sit here for like an hour talking about each of these things, man, and might end up rambling too long, anyways. But it's a lot, man. A lot of gameplay polish, and I thought that was cool. The major one that I didn't even really think about right when I saw it. It is a really big freaking deal, man. To me, the major update. All of this stuff, man, is players can now create empty arcs without using Red Rock City as the background. That's insane. That's incredible. I thought it was cool to be able to build like a level within the game itself. It's a beautiful world. I love the world. It's really cool. It was annoying because you're forced to use their structures and work with what is already there, right? Which is fine. The fact that you can still even build your own mission and add stuff to it and do all this like really cool stuff within the same game world, it was still cool. But now you can just create your own damn world. Literally. There is a block building type mode where you can actually, if you know what you're doing, or even want to try and practice and just mess with it, you can create your own structures with their assets, right? There is their assets, but they have enough assets where they give you full structures, full buildings, man, that you can actually raise. You can raise and lower the scale of the buildings. You can make it really small, so you can step on it, or you can make it just enormous skyscraper for in the game world. Like, it's nuts. So they give you full structures that you can actually do that with. You can scale them, and they give you pieces. Where you can build your own. So with this, the way that is, like, you can literally make your own game within this game. Like, as if I'm understanding that correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am, so that's cool. That was, I have never done that. I when I was looking at this game and I saw the little pieces, because I was like, oh, they have the pieces. I don't really want to take every piece and build buildings out of it. Like, that's cool. I like that. And I've seen what other people do with stuff like that. They'll take all those pieces and they will literally hours and hours and hours and build like real things in the game and stuff. Like, it's freaking cool, man. But then I saw the buildings, the actual pre-built buildings that you could just plop into the game world, and you can make them bigger and smaller. I was like, whoa. And they can break a little depending on the design of the building. I had one where it was kind of going through the floor, and I just let it, and I thought it was cool anyway. So I was like, well, part of the building's under the ground, but you know what? I don't care. I like it there. That was just a tiny part of the level I was just sort of casually building up. But yeah, no, so that's cool. And my guess is that they've done something where the mission, right, because they part of this update, they've also added a new, what they call the starter trial, a starter pack, a free starter pack. And I haven't tried it yet, but from the description, it looks just like a demo, right? It gives you a few missions, like a racing missions, combat missions, like I don't know, I think it was like 7 or 8 maybe missions to play, just missions, right? So they could be like 10-minute missions or something, right? Like a couple minute race or whatever. So there's just these little gameplay missions that you get to try. So it's basically a demo, different from like a lot of demos now where they let you play the first half hour, the first hour of the game, and so all the cinematics are there, and it's just it's like not really a good demo of a game, like general idea of a game. It's just, here's the intro, basically, right? I don't really think of that as a demo. So basically that's what this is to me, the new free starter pack thing. Starter pack. It's a demo. It looks cool. I was like, all right, that's neat. Because when I first read it, I was like, is this DLC? Like, that doesn't make any sense. All these missions were already in the game. And I was like, it's a demo. It's a free trial. They're calling it a free trial. So yeah, anyways, can build your own anything now. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking like the way it was before was these missions were like in the level, the world already prepared for you. But I'm guessing with these new missions, now you get to play them separately. You don't go into you load up that mission, you get teleported into it or whatever, loading screen into it and a loading screen back out. So you're not forced into the actual like game world. I don't know. It's pretty neat. That is a big thing to me, man. Because you can create your own whatever you want. You don't have to use. That's what I was doing in my first time trying it. The build mode is I went out of the city. I went out into the desert. I was like in this big open plain because I was like, I wanted to actually see what I could make. Like, what can I do here? And I needed a big open area to do that. To really take a look right at the tools and the things that you can make and stuff. Like, that's how I found out about the buildings, and I was making them itty bitty or really huge. Not like, I think it depends on the building, like how big or small you can make it. They do have like a limit or like a certain thing, but you could make some of these huge ones like tiny, man. And I was laughing. I was like, that's weird, but that's cool. Like, that was neat. All right. Anyways, I did ramble on too long. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to share that the update is out today. I have a couple games that I got recently-ish. I picked up Dragon Age Inquisition. So I'm I'm really into that right now. And I also got Returnal, which is super cool. And then I have like a million other games that I'm also playing. So I don't know if I don't think I'll jump in. Like I want to, but this update's huge, man. It really does make me want to throw it on. I'm playing. I'm already in the middle of like a lot of other things, you know. So that's what I'm playing. Anyways, all right. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.